This afternoon, my wife and I went to play Dohgon palm tennis. Right before This afternoon, my wife and I went to play Dohgon palm tennis. Right before practice, she said this to me. She said, one of the students she's tutoring in math, this student is 41 years old now, and she's a sister. My wife said, just working with this student on fractions. Listen carefully, fractions. She said, this sister here has completely transformed just by teaching her fractions. She says this student has become more confident. She's developed more interconnectedness with the discussions that she brings forth, which have not been the case at all. Each one of our discussions have been very much segmented. Now all the discussions that she brings forth are all interconnected, and that makes really more sense. So that means she's more open. She's become more accountable because she has to find the correct numbers when she's finding the common denominator. She's asking many more questions. She's become more truthful. Man, just because she's seeing the numbers have to synchronize in order that she can find the commonality between those numbers in order to perform the operation well. She's also found out that this sister here is now able to transfer all these things that she's learning into real life, and so she's facing reality much more constructively, much more accountably, and she's no longer assuming like she used to assume things, which means then that she has developed more the ability to endure more, become more patient. She's overcoming her frustrations, and then even her procrastination that she used to depend on, all of that is going away, and then her lackadaisicality is also going. Man, this is powerful. This math system is powerful. Well, you look at Queen Mamfa. Queen Mamfa, she is now doing very much sophisticated work in math as well. When we just started this program in October last year, Queen Mamfa and I had a very serious discussion, and she basically said, she was going to get out of the Dohgon. But then the following week she came back. She came right back, and I said, well, I thought you said you were going to get out of the Dohgon. She says, no, I'm not going to get out of this Dohgon. She said, because I am enjoying the math that I am doing. Look at her working problems here. So hey, call us to your city. Form symposiums in your city. Get all the black high school math teachers, get all the elementary school math teachers, black math teachers. Let us bring this understanding about numbers to your community. The African culture is based on numbers, my brothers and sisters. This is what has been taken away from us, and that is why we are corrupt. That is why we procrastinate. That is why we are sick. That's why we are poor. Let's get you back into these numbers. Begin to learn numbers. Begin to have this interconnectedness. We are separated, we are divided because we are afraid of numbers. Let's get these numbers back into our lives. Forget this shame. Stop being ashamed of yourself. Call Professor Momo to your city. I will come into your city, spend the whole weekend with you, begin to break down this thing about number, begins to take away the fear, the procrastination, all the self-hate. Let's get rid of this thing out of our lives. Now I'm going to talk to you about the essence of the video that I've just put on. Please be patient. Now I'll get into mechanics or the real deal of how this teaching is going to happen in your community. I know those math high school teachers and elementary school teachers are going to be asking me, oh yeah, sure, that's another person just coming to our city to talk and then run away. No, I'm not going to talk and run away. Here it is. Here I show you your own two brain hemispheres, and right in between those brain hemispheres I put the neuron there and also a graph. Okay, we call this the metrical matrix platform. Now this is the platform that I will talk about in terms of how your memory stores numbers, and in terms of how your memory also performs the operations, so that you fully understand how mathematics happens within the mind and the brain. I mean, why do you think we created MAAT? M-A-A-T-T, MAAT? Well, because we had the ability to understand fully what happens within any matrix at all, the matrix of space and the matrix of time. We African people are the only ones that have this understanding regarding how space-time functions, and so we can explain it, particularly the Dohgon people of Mali. We have the ability to read things like this. And so with this lesson I'll be talking about the learning thread, how that is the universal connectivity. Remember, we are talking about the fractions that this sister was working with. It created that connectivity within her. And then we also have what we call the neural dichotomy, in which now we go between two brain hemispheres. Okay, the left brain is separate from, or has a different feature than the right brain, and so we bring these differences between the two brain hemispheres and then unify them together, harmonize them together. In fact, this is from this neural dichotomy that you have harmonics. Now, why do you think we have the eye of Huru? The eye of Huru is a fraction. You begin from 2 to the minus 1, which is half, 2 to the minus 2, which is 1/4, and so forth, until you get 2 to the minus 8. And then so all of that then go on to 1/64. So all of these have to do with fractions, and it was from these fractions that you have harmonics. So it's from neural dichotomy that you have harmonics. And this is what I'm going to teach about. So let me come in there. Your high school students or even college students are going to be moved. They are going to learn stuff that they will never learn in physics class, nor in any other class. Then we have the natural resonances. With the natural resonances, I'm going to be talking about the concordance, memory concordance, brain hemispheric concordance, repetitive resonances, reflective resonances, refractive resonances, nullified resonances. This is something you are going to learn afresh. I don't care whether you have a PhD, I'm going to teach you afresh. Get me into your city and begin to write down your questions to ask me. Then the next diagram that you're going to see is about the neurogenesis of learning. In neurogenesis of learning, we are creating a whole new language. Now, what I'm beginning to tell you is we have broken one code. The code that I just broke when I said this sister working with fractions, the code I broke was the code that the European had hidden from us, from knowing who we are, and that code was about numbers. Now that I have broken that code, my people are going to begin to understand what exactly numbers are about. And then the next code now that I'm going to teach my people is the code that is going to give them the highest level of harmonic frequencies. And with the highest level of harmonic frequencies, my brothers and sisters, you are no longer going to be making physical things, because that's what we did. We built the physical things in Kemet. We built the pyramids, we built the obelisks. And what did the Greeks do and the Europeans? They stole it away from us. Now here in this country, slaves invented the telephone, slaves invented the refrigerator, slaves invented everything, and what did they do? They stole it away from us. Why? Because we're operating at lower level codes. Now the new era of